I suspect Roy has a certain role to play and plays that role in the media in terms of his outlook and attitude. Graeme had a similar attitude, Graeme Souness.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, well, I think his observations were someone's going to get cleaned out in a minute if they carry on with all this nonsense.
Oh, that's right. He says it's only a matter of time before someone goes right through one of these Brazilians.
And that's probably true. If we were in a game actually now football, which was a contact sport anymore, that probably would be true. I'm half in their camp and half in another camp. You know, I'm half in the camp of, all right.
How can you possibly be in their camp?
Because I'm not much of a lover of these ridiculous goal celebrations anyway, most of the time. I think they're over-pronounced and over-exaggerated. And I'm certainly not interested in Brazil samba dancing. I'm certainly not interested in Brazil, dancing their way to a World Cup final. I'm not a great lover of Brazilian football. I admire it, but I don't sit there with this...
What?
No, I don't sit there with... I mean, the best time I saw Brazil was when they got spanked 7-1 by the Germans. That's when I'd like to see them do samba dancing.
You've got to be kidding
me. No,
I'm
being honest. You asked me a question. I'm not in
1970, Jairzinho and Pele running riot.
Fantastic, and that's great. And as I said to you, I'm an admirer and appreciator of the great talents that the Brazilians have. And of course,
one of those is samba dancing.
Of course, you can go to. Well, I don't go to a football match to watch bleeding samba dancing.
Is it not part of it?
If I want to go to samba dancing, I'll go see a samba dancing competition.
I can't believe that.
No,
colour, energy.
No. Listen, fantastic.
That's what they're about.
Fantastic.
Feel good factor.
So I'm in the middle of it.
Well, we're not happy about the way they celebrate.
No, listen.
Got to cut that out.
I don't care that much.
I'm not too happy.
Not
too happy.
No, I'm not going down the route that you're going. I don't care too much about it either way, but I'm not in the business of celebrating their celebrations. So if they want to do that, that's fine. I'm not overly offended about it. We are in a society where everyone seems to be offended on behalf of other people, and Roy Keane being offended on behalf of the players in that game is his gift. Graeme talking about what he would have done.
He'd go right through one of the Brazilians.
Graeme would clean out someone from the Samaritans if they gave him the wrong look. Anyway, so with that in mind, there's not much of a reference, right? But the point is that was there an element of disrespect? Did they take it a little bit too far? Was that their intention?
Nonsense.
Should they care about the opposition?
Disrespect's intended. Well, the manager said that afterwards. It's what Brazilians do.
What they say and what they do could be two different things.
When they won the World Cup in 1917, they beat Italy 4-1, and Pele's held shoulder high, and he's got a sombrero on his head. I don't like the way that fella's celebrating. Take that sombrero off your head.
But they've won a game.
Honesty.
They've won a game at the early stage. I hope. This is what I hope for. I hope everyone reaps...
Oh, here it comes.
No, but I hope they reap...
I hope you reap what you sow.
Yes,
all that
absolutely.
Samba dance is going to come back to haunt you.
If they get knocked out in this tournament and they don't win it, then I hope they get precisely what they deserve. If they're over-celebrating for winning games against lesser opposition and taking the mickey a little bit by getting to 4 goals and still doing their ridiculous celebrations...
It's not
then
ridiculous.
That's fine.
Brazil is dancing at that moment.
Well, fantastic.
The fans lit up that place last week. We've just come back from it. They were wonderful.
I don't think they lit up the place at all. I think
you didn't go and see them.
Every culture...
You'd only watch England.
No, that's true, because there was an alternative. Going to watch games with you or picking my toes. So I decided to pick my toes rather than go watch games with you.
I hope you had a good time doing that.
Well, I did. But my point is that what you're doing is you're at it. You're basically saying that everyone should appreciate what the Brazilians do. I'm in the camp.
What I am saying is, don't frown and give it tut.
No. But I didn't do
honestly.
that. But I didn't do that. What I didn't do was I didn't do what Roy Keane did, and I didn't do what you did. I couldn't care less if they do the dance of the 7 Veils.
You say it's taking the mickey.
I think it is a little bit, but I'm also not that bothered about it. I'm not offended about it. I don't care whether they do it or not.
Let's put it out
I don't go to watch a football match to watch Brazilian footballers dance. I go to watch a football match to watch players score great goals and the game to be...
Well, see both and be entertained at the same time.
I'm not entertained by dancing.
It's a really English thing, that. Not having that,
no,
sorry.
Well, it can't be a Scottish thing because you never go to World Cup tournaments to celebrate anything, do you?
Got in there with that one. Souness says it's only a matter of time before someone goes right through one of these Brazilians. What, in mid-samba? There it is, like... Do you remember when the Brazilian Careca used to play for Napoli, and Maradona would score a screamer set up by Careca, and Careca would dance at the side? It's entertainment. Roy Keane's not having it. And Souness is like, go right through one of them Brazilians.
I think the point I said to you at the top of this conversation, Roy Keane is performing a certain function, which is to be a pantomime villain at times. Graeme has his views that, as I said to you, that certain people should behave in a certain way. I look at it and say, I don't care, I'm not offended about it, but I do think it's a little bit over the top. But that's fine if they want to do it, and I hope they go to win a World Cup and they dance their way to it. And if they don't, I hope we get to all point at them and laugh.
There you go. There's Danny. For the first time ever, Jim, I agree with you. Bored off, Simon.
But that's not much of
well done, Danny.
Jim, I've been doing a show with you for 3 years. For the first time ever. Don't take any consolation from that, mate. That's about once in 1,000.
Let me know, actually. You messaged me on that.
4 arguments a day, 4,000 arguments. You've got one. Right.
Anybody ever are you bored by the Brazilian samba dancing when they
0.02%,
celebrate?
isn't it?
There's another one. Look at that
0.02%.
one coming in. Simon Jordan's a killjoy. There you go. They're hammering you this morning, quite rightly.
That's fine.
I want the Brazilians to dance the night away. Good grief, it's what they're all about. Are you offended by the Brazilian samba dancing? Roy's not having it. Souness would go through them. What do you think? 81089.